Hi everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you a reading vlog. Hi guys, it is 5:18 p.m. on Friday the 8th of February. Welcome to a new reading vlog. It's Friday, which is exciting because that means it's the weekend. Weekend plans? Zero. I, of course, will be going to coffee tomorrow with my parents and my nan, and I've got to go to the library tomorrow. That's pretty much my only concrete plans for the entire weekend. Winifred? Winifred! Ah! Don't make me reach for that friggin' spray. My God. I try to get it to stop. My couch is completely ruined on that end, and this couch was expensive. Anyway, the joys of cat owning. So, yeah, zero plans this weekend. Maybe get a lot of reading done. Maybe not. Maybe watch some movies. Maybe not. Maybe finally try to catch up a bit on Glee. Probably not, but maybe. We'll see. So, on to a reading update. So, I have a whole fresh new book to talk to you guys about because the last book that I finished, I talked about in a quick pillow talk clip last night, which was in the last vlog. Check that out if you haven't already. So, I am currently reading Dawn Study by Maria V. Schneider. This is the final book. It's the final book in the Soulfinders trilogy, but the final book in the Study series, and the final book in the Chronicles of Ixia novels. So, it's book 9, and I am on page, I just started this today, so I've read a little bit on the bus, and I read a little bit on my lunch break, but mainly on my commute to and from work. I'm on page 106. This is quite beefy though. It is over 500 pages, just over 500. So it's going to take me a little bit to get through, especially because I don't typically get a lot read on the weekends because I just seem to do other things on the weekends and mainly get most of my reading done during the week. So this is what I will be reading this weekend though. I really can't tell you guys my thoughts until I finish this because obviously the entire plot of this, it would be a massive spoiler for like every other book in this long series, but I am enjoying it so far. Interested to see how it's all going to end. So it's like I said, I can't really give you any thoughts at all until it finishes because all of my feelings about this book are just going to hinge on how it wraps everything up. We did have, I think I mentioned in an earlier video that there was one storyline that was kind of just like offhandedly mentioned in, I think, the original Study trilogy, but definitely in the Glass trilogy. And I was hoping that these books were going to deal with that, but so far they haven't, and it hasn't been like even referenced, so I don't think that it's going to, and that's a bit of a bummer because it was just something that's kind of mentioned, and I really feel like that could have been something that was dealt with, but what can you do? So that's it. Yeah, nothing else really to report. I want to show you guys Winifred because she is wearing, oh, hi baby. She's just sitting in front of me. Oh, she might be coming towards the camera. She's had on for about a week now, a brand new collar. Can I get her in shot? I don't know if I can. This is really bad camera work. Can you see? You can kind of see. Oh, look at that cute little collar. Hi, baby. Yeah, she got a new collar. She's wearing it for about a week. And it's pink. And it's pretty. The only problem with it, I don't think you can see on that angle, is the part after you, like, put it in, such technical terms, is really long. So she spent the first few days, Winifred, just literally chewing on it. But she seems to have gotten used to it now. So she's styling in her new collar. But, oh, and she's pushing the camera. But that is it. And there's her tail. That is it. I will talk to you guys. There she goes. I will talk to you guys at some point tomorrow, probably from the car in the library car park when I go to the library tomorrow. But that's it. I'll talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 11:21 a.m. on Saturday, the 9th of February. Just in the car at the library. We're actually having, you can see how dirty my car windows are. I was going to go through the car wash today, but as I was just about to say, we have really, really rainy weather today. Not your typical summer day in Australia. It was pouring all morning. The rain seems to have stopped a little bit now, but it's still very overcast, quite chilly. Actually, like for summer here. And so I didn't want to take my car through the car wash when it's possibly going to get rained on again, so I'll probably leave it another week and then hopefully I'll be able to take it through next weekend. Anyway, so this is a pretty pointless update clip, really, because I haven't read a single page since I spoke to you guys last time. I didn't end up doing any reading last night. I was having one of those really weird nights last night where I was bored out of my mind, but I didn't feel like doing anything that I would normally do. Didn't feel like reading. I didn't want to watch a movie. I didn't want to watch TV. I just was so bored. I don't know. It's such a, like, you know, you need one of those really weird nights. Anyway, it was really strange. So I didn't end up reading at all. And I haven't read any today. I've been out for coffee this morning. Went for coffee, came home, put all my groceries away, changed the kitty litter and stuff. I do have a bunch of stuff that I need to get done around the house this weekend. And I need to film, I think, 2 videos this weekend, maybe 3. I need to check my schedule. But I'm possibly going to leave all of that until tomorrow, which is dangerous. But the weather is supposed to be a bit nicer tomorrow, and this weather is just, I just want to curl up on the couch, maybe read, but I think really I just want to curl up and watch movies like all day. I don't have anything going on tonight until I am going to around to my parents' place to watch the Arsenal game tonight. That's at 1:30, like in the morning, technically tomorrow. So I'm going to go around to watch that, but I can watch like movies all day, like into the afternoon. I just really feel like snuggling into the couch and like really vegging on some movies. And then tomorrow doing all of my filming and stuff that I need to do. So, and tidying up around the house a bit. So that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. But yeah, that's really it, I think, for this clip. As I said, I don't have any reading to do. I've got to go into the library. I don't have anything to return, but I actually have 2 holds that have come in. I was hoping to leave them until next week to get a bit longer on them, but one of them will be returned to the library, be returned from the hold. Like, the hold expires on Friday, so if I don't get it this weekend, then it'll go. So I'm here. So yeah, that is it. I think I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I've done a bit of... My freaking camera just cut me off because the memory card ran out of space. I was literally, all I said was that hopefully I've got a bit of reading done in Dawn Study when I talk to you guys tomorrow. But that is all I have for this clip, and then I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 7:26 p.m. on Sunday, the 10th of February. I have a habit of somehow, not during the week, like in my job, in my professional life, but in my personal life, having really poor time management skills. And yet I know it about myself, and yet I continue to do it. So yesterday when I spoke to you guys and I was like, oh, tomorrow will be my day where I can do all my filming and getting my stuff done around the house day. So yesterday I didn't even have a whole day of just like watching movies and stuff like I originally wanted to, because I ended up sleeping for like 3 hours, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing, because I was going around to my parents' place last night to watch the Arsenal game, which was on at 1:30, and so that meant I didn't get to bed till like 4 a.m. So having had that nap, like, was fine. So I had a nap, and then I did have a really, like, cruisy evening and night, just, you know, watching a couple of movies. I got some Uber Eats, watched a couple of movies, then went around to watch the Arsenal game, came home, went to bed, etc. And then today, though, I should have planned for that I was going to end up sleeping later than what I normally would, because I didn't go to bed till 4 a.m. Even with the nap, it still meant that I didn't get up until about 10. And then, even then... Did I get up and start doing things straight away? No, I had a pretty lazy, like, morning. I, like, fed the cat and all of those things, but I didn't, really, like, get moving on things until closer to lunchtime, around 12. And I also, really annoyingly yesterday, while I was watching those movies yesterday, I easily could have been planning out the 2 videos that I needed to film today, but I didn't, because I wasn't in the mood to do it, so I just didn't do it. So that meant I then today had to plan out those videos before I could even film them, and that took me quite a while to do. So I did that, then I had a shower, and washed my hair because I was looking really gross, and I didn't want to film like that, and I normally wash my hair on a Sunday, so I just did it a little bit earlier. So I did that, had a shower, washed my hair, had to blow dry it so that it wasn't, like, super wet on camera, and then I filmed the 2 videos. By the time I did all of that, it was almost, I think it was about 3:30 in the afternoon. I then set my all my content off my camera to upload to the laptop. That took a while to do because I hadn't done it in a little while. So I had quite a lot of footage, like quite a lot of vlog clips and stuff on there, plus the videos that I'd filmed. So that took quite a while to do. While that was doing that, I became incredibly tired. Like my eyes were literally shutting. And so I decided to have and I was going around to my parents' place for dinner. So I decided to have an hour power nap before I went around to my parents' place for dinner. And so I ended up sleeping, that was at about 4:15, and I ended up sleeping for about an hour and 15 minutes with just enough time to kind of go around to my parents' place for dinner. So I did that. So I still haven't edited any videos, including the vlog from before this, which needs to go up tonight. I haven't even started editing it yet. So I now don't know whether I'm going to get that up tonight or not. I'm gonna give it a go. I think I probably will, because now with even though the export of that I know will take a long time, hopefully I can get that done in a reasonable time, and then the upload's generally really quick these days, so hopefully it's not too much of an issue. Fingers crossed. If not, it'll just go up a little bit later, like half a day later, probably go up tomorrow morning or something instead, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm annoyed at myself because I knew yesterday when I was saying it that to try to get everything out, so that means I didn't get a single thing done around the house, really. Like, I've done a few little things, but not anywhere near as much stuff as I wanted to get done. I'm just never as productive on the weekends as I want to be. It's because I'm so busy during the week that on the weekends I just want to relax, and I resent having to do stuff, but it's just life. So anyway, you guys don't care about any of this shit. On to the reading update. So I am still reading Dawn Study by Maria V. Schneider. I have actually got quite a lot read for me on the weekend. I think the last time I spoke to you guys, it was yesterday when I hadn't actually read any pages yet for the weekend. So I was still on page like 104 or something like that. I am currently on page 369. So I've made really good progress. So I've only got about 140 pages. So I'll see if I can show you if I can. Oh my god, I can't get my finger into the page. There we go. So I'm that far of the way through. So let me do it a bit. Yeah, that far of the way through, like the wider part obviously being the part that I've read. So about 140 pages to go. I'm pretty happy with that. That's a lot more than I normally get read on the weekend. And I still have, like, at the bare minimum, my reading, like I'll read at least a couple of chapters before I go to bed tonight. So I should finish up probably on close to page like 400 at a minimum. So with only like 100 pages to go. So I'm really happy with that. Again, I can't really give you any of my thoughts on this yet because I'm waiting to see how everything finishes. I am enjoying it. I'm just really waiting to get to the end and kind of see how everything wraps up and what happens, how everything finishes off, really. So yeah, can't really give you my thoughts on that, but hopefully by the time I talk to you guys tomorrow, I will have finished this, because if I've only got, like maximum 100 pages, hopefully I can get that 100 pages read tomorrow before I get home from work. That'd be great. And I do also have 2 audiobooks that have come in, so I've got audiobooks to listen to next week as well, so I'll be able to talk to you guys about the audiobook that I start tomorrow as well. So that is kind of all I have to report. Comment down below if you're also terrible at time management at home. At work, I'm fine with time management, but at home, I always convince myself that I have enough time to do things, and then I really just don't. And it's partly self-sabotage, like, I'm sure subconsciously, because I don't really want to do the things, so I purposely don't allow leave myself enough time to do them. I don't really know. Anyway, I'm sure a psychiatrist would have a field day. But yeah, that is all I have for this clip. I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 5:33 p.m. on Monday, the 11th of February. I just got home from work. So last night I did manage to get my vlog uploaded, which was great. I ended up going to bed later than I would have liked, but I did get it up. Unfortunately, though, I haven't edited either of the 2 videos that I filmed during the week, so that means that I'm going to have to find time to edit those during the week. I'm hoping maybe tomorrow night, because tomorrow night, instead of boxing, I'm having dry needling done on my back at the physio, and that's at 5:30. And I think they said it'll only take half an hour, so I should be home by like 6:30, which is much earlier than I'm home any other night of the week. And then hopefully can edit. I have to at least edit the first of them because the first one needs to go up Wednesday morning, so hopefully I can get it all edited and have everything ready to go for the week though. Anyway, anything else to report? I've got knitting tonight, so probably not a huge amount read this evening, but onto a reading update. So last night I was still reading, this got banned, bastard. I was still reading Dawn Study by Maria V. Schneider. I actually got a lot more read than even what I hoped to last night, and so I ended up finishing this today on the bus on the way to work. I enjoyed this. We get all of our characters that we've grown to love across this series. You know, it's basically a 9-book series, so you really are at this stage very involved with the characters, so getting to see them all and all of that type of thing I really did enjoy. I also liked that while we did have a little bit of like tying it up in a bow, kind of, it wasn't done in a way where it was like every single character has to be like off in a relationship or any of those things, which I appreciated. And it wasn't like all of the characters have to end up in like one place type of thing either, which again I appreciate because in this type of world this is unrealistic. So yes, I did think the ending lacked a little bit of punch. It was a little bit lackluster right at the end. Like we had all this kind of build up and then it just kind of fizzled, in my opinion, a little bit. And it is really long, so you get a lot of build up for maybe not as much payoff as I would have liked. But for me, I'm still reading this series for the characters and how much I enjoy the characters, and I really did enjoy this book. It was fun. So I think I'm giving this a 3.75 star rating, but I did really, really enjoy it. So I finished that on the bus on the way to work. I then was listening to an audiobook today. So I'm listening to, is it Dust? I think it's Dust. Let me check. Yeah, Dust by Hugh Howey. This is the 3rd book in the Silo series. I think it's the last one. So the first book we had was the dystopian novel set in a silo, that, like an underground silo that is like hundreds of levels deep and the air outside is not breathable and society now lives in this silo. That's the premise of the first book. The second book was actually a prequel, and it goes right back and you get everything leading up to how the world came to be this way, which I really enjoyed. And then that kind of takes you right up until the events of the first book, kind of, and then this 3rd book is now then a sequel to what happened in the first book. So I'm 57% of the way through, so I got a lot listened to today, which was really great. And I am enjoying it. This author is not afraid to kill off characters, which in this type of dystopian world and this type of setting, I appreciate that it's not, you know, one of those worlds where nothing like that ever happens. There's a lot of sad stuff that goes on. And I can't really talk too much about it because, like I said, it is a sequel, but I am enjoying it so far. Like I said, 57% of the way through that. So then, because I'd finished Dawn Study on the bus on the way to work, I started The Fifth Witness by Michael Connolly on the bus on the way home. So I only just started this, so I've read, what page am I on? I'm on page 46, so pretty decent for my bus ride home. This is a book technically in the Mickey Haller series, but does also fall into the wider Harry Bosch universe. Technically a reread. Well, it's a reread because I read this when I read the Mickey Haller series, but I'm now rereading it for its context in the Bosch series. This is, for those of you who don't know, I guess, this is legal, like a legal drama book. Mickey Haller is a criminal defense attorney, and usually in the book surrounding him, you're following some kind of criminal trial. So if you're not into legal drama type of thing, then you're not going to like this, but I like crime fiction, I like, legal fiction, I like all of that type of thing. So, yeah, I haven't read very much of this yet. And so far, I remember the case, like when I read the back before I picked this up on the bus, I was like, oh yeah, I like recall this case. I really don't remember how this ends, so that's a good thing, because obviously a lot of times people are like, oh, how can you reread books like that because you already know what's going to happen? But I find it's almost funny because the really, really good ones, you probably don't reread, even though they were really, really good because you do remember. Whereas ones like this that are maybe a little bit more middle of the road, I don't typically remember the outcome, although it may come to me. It may be one of those books where as I read it, I go, oh, yeah, I see where we're headed. But that's fine. I'll enjoy it because I do always enjoy Michael Connelly's books. So yeah, that is kind of it. Like I said, I've got knitting. Not sure how much more I will get read tonight, but I'll probably read at least a few chapters before I go to bed. Maybe make it to like page 100. I'd be pretty happy with that, given that I've read over half of an audiobook today and read about 50 pages of Dawn Study on the bus this morning. So yeah, that is it, I think, for this clip. I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 6:15 p.m. on Tuesday, the 12th of February. So I left work early today because I had a physio appointment. I actually had an appointment for dry needling today, which I had done for the first time, which was fine. I didn't really know what to expect because I hadn't had it before, and it kind of stings a little bit. Not really when they're in. It's more like sometimes he moves them because the whole idea of it is to release the muscles. So he would like kind of like move them, and he'd say, I'm going to give them a bit of a flick. And it would kind of sting, but it didn't hurt. And I could feel that my movement was a lot freer, and he was very happy with how it went. So, and I've been given a whole bunch of different stretches and exercises and things to do than what I'd been doing previously. So hopefully we're going down a good path now, and I will eventually get some kind of resolution to my back/shoulder problems. Anyway, so it was very frustrating though, because I left work more than half an hour early, just over half an hour early, in order to make that appointment. Because the time that I'd got wasn't as convenient as I would have liked. And then the bus was more than 20 minutes late. So I still kind of had to rush to make the appointment on time. Anyway, but I'm home now and I'm free for the rest of the evening, which, as I mentioned, I think in the clip yesterday, I need to spend doing a lot of editing. At the very least, like at the very minimum, I have a video that needs to go up, needs to go up tonight, because it's going to go up, be released tomorrow morning. So I need to get that one edited, and I think it's a pretty long video. It's my marked as to read video, which had so many books in it. So I'm not sure. I think it's going to take me a bit of time. So that's my main plan for this evening. But then hopefully once I've done that, I can just get some reading and booktube watching done. So moving on to a reading update. So today First off, I finished the audiobook for Dust by Hugh Howey. So I enjoyed the book. I thought that it had great character development and world progression, but it also really showed humanity and what humanity, I'm trying to think how to word this, what some people will do when they get desperate, and what, where civilization and humanity can go when put under certain circumstances, what would happen to the world. So it's pretty interesting in that regard. The ending, I think, for me, was the right balance of kind of a complete ending, but open-ended enough that, yes, there are questions left unanswered. Some of them frustrate me a little bit, but for the most part, I think you're supposed to interpret your own things, and it's the type of world where no one's really sure what's going on. And because of that, I don't think the reader is supposed to know completely what's going on at the end of the book. I think it's intentional. And I appreciate an author who doesn't try to dumb things down for the reader. So I did enjoy it. I recommend the trilogy overall. It's a very interesting, just adult dystopian, which I haven't read a lot of adult dystopian. I've read quite a bit of YA dystopian, but this might actually be the first adult dystopian that I've ever read, and I did quite enjoy it. So there's that. I'm probably going to give that a 3.75 star. I think I gave the first book 4, still my favorite, and then I gave the second one 3.5, which I'd still enjoyed but was quite slow. And then this one I think I'm giving a 3.75 star. So did enjoy, would recommend the trilogy. So in terms of my physical book, I am still reading The Fifth Witness by Michael Connelly. So I read to about page 130 last night, and I'm currently on page 292. I got excellent reading done today. So I'm actually only, how many pages is this? I'm only 130 pages from the end, which, depending how long this video takes me to edit, I could potentially finish this tonight. But I will definitely have it finished by the next time I talk to you guys, because even if I don't get it finished tonight, I will have read enough tonight that I'll be able to finish it tomorrow on my commute to and from work. So I've read this before, as I mentioned. This is a reread. So I went onto my Goodreads, and when I marked it, obviously I could see that I'd read it before, and I saw my rating was a like straight 3-star, which I thought was interesting because that's a pretty low rating for me. Not like low, but like low for me when it comes to the Michael Connelly books. I feel like for the most part they're about a 3.5-star, with the really good ones being more like 4 stars. And this one to be a 3-star must mean that it's one of the much more mediocre ones. And when I saw that rating, I was already about 130 pages into it. That was last night. And I was thinking, oh, I'm enjoying this. Where I'm at now, I kind of think, oh, I can see why I gave this a 3-star. And I'm still going to reserve judgment until I get to the end, although I don't typically change my ratings on books, because I think that the rating that you give a book when you start, like, you gave it for a reason, and I don't like to change it. But it's obviously hard to say without spoiling it, but this crime and like this court case goes down a particular like path that I just don't find particularly interesting with crime stories in general, which I can't really say because it would be a spoiler for like this crime, but I just don't find those types of crimes particularly interesting. So that is what I have to say about that. Hopefully I finish it. And also, I should also mention that I'm reading this for its context in the Harry Bosch universe. I think this falls into the Harry Bosch universe just purely because they exist in the same world, because Harry Bosch has literally turned up at a party for like 2 lines and that's it. And I don't expect him to come up again, really. So I feel like I didn't really need to reread this one. Like, I'm fine that I have, because I think basically every book that Michael Connelly publishes basically falls into the same world. So pretty much you're just reading his books in chronological order. Because I think even his most recent 2 or 3 releases that I believe follow a female lead, which I'm excited to get to, I believe they tie into the Harry Bosch, and like Harry Bosch is a player in those books as well. So like they all tie together. And like even his previous series, I've read all of them, because they all the main characters and stuff kind of come up in each other's worlds. So anyway, that's just an interesting note that I thought I probably didn't need to read this, but it's fine. I've requested the next one from the library now that I was reading this, and the next one is a straight Harry Bosch novel, which I haven't read, so I'm excited to get to one, because the last couple I've read have been rereads, so I'm excited to get to some like new material that I'm not familiar with. Anyway, this has just got a bit ranty. I'm gonna go now so that I can get started on editing that video, and I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 7:44 p.m. on Monday the 13th of February. So obviously coming to you a little bit later tonight. I had a massage tonight, but it was earlier than my normal massage appointments are, because, I mean, not that you guys care, but my masseuse got a new dog, and so she has puppy training for a few weeks, and so she needed to get to puppy training, so my class had to be a bit earlier. My massage had to be a bit earlier, which was fine. I was very stressed on the way home because I should have been able to make the appointment fine with my normal, like, bus. But then the bus was 10 minutes late, and then the bus went the wrong way, and she couldn't just, like, turn around. The bus driver, it was a female driver, she had to do this, like, loop. So I ended up getting home way later than I normally would, so I was so stressed, but I managed to make it on time, so it was fine. So I didn't have time to film before I left for the massage. And then I've just come home from the massage and ate dinner. And here I am to report to you guys. We are in a bit of a weird lighting situation. I've got the overhead light on in the house, but I've also just got what is left of the dying natural light. So, reading update. So, I finished The Fifth Witness by Michael Connelly. I had about 50 pages to go where I left off in this last night, and then I finished this morning on my commute on the way to work. I don't have a whole lot to report about this. what I said yesterday basically stands, that the type of path that we go down with this mystery is not my favorite. Like with this case, it's not my favorite type of case. And then the ending was just a bit like, bleh. Not like crap, but just like, no, whatever. So I still enjoyed it. I enjoy all of these books. I'm giving it 3 stars. So finished that this morning on the bus. Then I started a new audiobook today. So I'm listening to, let me just get it up so I can tell you the title exactly correct. Marriage of a Thousand Lies by S.J. Sindhu. This is a story about, the main character is a woman named Lucky. Lucky is a Sri Lankan American, and she is married to a man called Chris, short for Krishna, who, Chris is gay, and Lucky is also gay. She's a lesbian. And so they are married to each other. They both know that each other's gay, and they just kind of, you know, help hide from their very conservative families the fact that they're gay. The main kind of kicker to the plot is that Lucky's grandmother has recently had, I think she's had a fall at the start, and so she basically moves back in with her parents, with her mother, to help care for her grandmother, and reconnects with her childhood kind of best friend, who is also kind of the first girl she ever loved, who is about to get married to a man, in an arranged marriage situation. So that is kind of what we're dealing with. It's very, like, not confronting, that's not the right word. It's very, like, eye-opening in a way. I mean, I'm obviously aware of these things, but it's not something I can ever really relate to because it's not something I'm ever going to experience. I'm heterosexual, I'm cisgender, I am white. I'm living an easy life, let's be honest. So I cannot in any way imagine how difficult it would be to already be dealing with being a lesbian and the difficulties that come with that, and then also being in a family and like a religion where it is, and I recognize that this isn't just the case for like Sri Lankan people, but this can be the case for like white people as well, like with the religion thing, that it is super, super, super not accepted for you to be this way. And then, like I said, because she is Sri Lankan American too, there is such a focus in their culture on family and respecting your elders and all of those types of things. Like, family is such a big deal that, like, going against your parents, it's just, like, ingrained in them from birth and for their whole lives that, you know, you do what your parents say and you respect your parents and blah, blah, blah. So it's a very, very difficult situation. Obviously, she's managed to end up in a situation where she's managed to marry a man who is also gay, and that they're supportive of each other's lifestyles. Whether it's a healthy life choice, I don't know. I don't think anyone, like, I can't speak to that. It's an interesting, story kind of to hear about, because obviously there is can be a lot of friction there, because they both want to be seen to be this, like, perfect couple to their families, but while also wanting to live their own lives, like, when they're, like, at home. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. It's interesting. I think I'm waiting to see where the plot kind of, like, finishes up, like, what the overarching kind of message that I end up taking away from it is, but I am enjoying kind of just seeing all of this kind of life situation. And I don't think I said, I got 75% of the way through that today. I'm feeling all of a sudden very stuffy in the nose. I better not be getting sick. So it might just be because I was laying on my stomach with my head hanging in a hole for like over an hour, which, you know, puts everything to the front of your head. I'm sure it'll be fine. It better be. So that is the audiobook. Like I said, I got 75% of the way through that today, so I'll definitely be finishing that tomorrow. So then on my lunch break and on the bus on the way home, I have started Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. It's ginormous. This book is literally bigger than my head. So this is 670 pages. I read the prologue, that's it, on my lunch break, and then I've read the first couple of chapters. So I'm on page 59. So I'm home now. I said I do need to, I've eaten dinner, but I'm going to go take a shower in a minute, wash my hair. I'm sorry, my nose is like incredibly itchy right now. It's probably partly why I'm stuffy as well. I think I've got bad hay fever at the moment. I just want to like claw my nose off, and it is a struggle not to just be itching my nose on camera. Okay, so ignore the nose. I don't have a lot to say about this yet because we're very early days. I will say that I thought the prologue did an amazing job. The prologue is, let me see how long it was. How long is it? So the prologue is about, is like 14 pages? 13 pages? Do we start on page 1? We do. So it's a 13-page prologue. And in that 13 pages, Cassandra Clare manages to build and basically set up most of the Shadowhunters world. So in case you don't know, I'm sure you do, but if you don't, this is the first book in a new trilogy, but it is set within the Shadowhunters world and is entwined with several of her other series, namely the Mortal Instruments series, which is a 6-book series, and the Infernal Devices, which is a trilogy. And then there's some novella collections, 2 separate novella collections as well. So with all of that, you're talking, 11 books that are in this world prior to getting to this one, which I've read all of that. And I thought that, obviously I'm coming at it from the perspective of knowing this stuff, but I thought that 13-page prologue did a really good job of setting up this Shadowhunters world, that if you hadn't have read any of those previous books, I think you would have got a pretty good idea of what the world is, and like the stuff, a lot of what's involved in it, which you could then build on for the rest of the book if you hadn't read any of the other books in this world, which I thought was quite amazing, really, because like I said, we're 11 books deep at this point, so for her to manage to do that in 13 pages, I thought was pretty well done. So, yeah, so for those of you who don't know, the Shadowhunters world, so Shadowhunters are basically half angel type humans who have like kind of some special abilities, and their job is to like protect the world from different supernatural type creatures. You've got like demons and werewolves and vampires, and there's witches and warlocks and fairies and that type of thing. And in the previous 2 books, I know this has been harped on a lot, but in the previous 2 series that she's written, the main character was someone who was new to the Shadowhunters world, who was discovering this all for the first time, whereas in this book, we're following a Shadowhunter who grew up in this world. She's established in the world. It's not her discovering this new world. So it is coming from a bit of a different angle. I'm already feeling the kind of relationship vibes. We've got Emma is the main character, and she has a parabatai, which I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but for those of you who don't know, that basically is like your platonic soulmate that you get like bound to, that you can be bound to in this like Shadowhunters world, and you just like protect each other at all costs, and it makes you more powerful like when you're together type of thing. And it can be fairly rare like to be a parabatai, if I'm saying that correctly. Anyway, I'm only 59 pages in, but I am enjoying what I've read so far. This is probably going to take me a while to get through. I'm hoping like that tonight I can get past at least page 100, and that then tomorrow I can hopefully get another solid chunk read, and that I can maybe be like halfway through heading into the weekend. That would be ideal, because I've got a lot of other books that I want to get to in the month, and this one, and the second book is just as long, and the third book is like 200 pages longer, so it's going to take me a lot to get through these books. So yeah, that is all I really have for this clip. I need to go because my nose is seriously driving me freaking insane right now, and I want to go have a shower, but I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 5:34 p.m. on Thursday, the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day. I actually got a Valentine's gift today because my beautiful friend Emma I'm going to give her a shout out because she watches most of my videos as well, sent me a lovely gift that was delivered to work today, which was so nice of her. I obviously wasn't expecting to get anything on Valentine's Day because your girl is real single, so that was lovely. I also had my bare bum looked at today. That's another issue. My work was offering free skin checks today, and I signed up for it because I thought it would be a good thing because I've never had my skin checked, and I didn't expect to have to get that level of nude at work. I mean, no one from work could see me. It's a medical professional, but still, it was a little bit awkward. Anyway, that's the most action I've seen on Valentine's Day in a long time. So, I've got boxing tonight, so not sure how much reading I'm going to get done. I also do want to get as much edited of my video that needs to go up tomorrow night as I can. I don't think it'll take me too long because I think it's a pretty short video from what I recall from when I filmed it last weekend, because I'm actually going around to my sister's place tomorrow night now, so I want to make sure that I have it done so that I'm not delayed going around there tomorrow or anything like that. So on to a reading update. So I finished the audiobook today for Marriage of a Thousand Lies by S.J. Sindhu. It's one of those books that I appreciate a lot about it, a lot of the message and the story. I personally found it a little hard to connect to. I mean, obviously it's dealing with issues that as I mentioned yesterday, I'm just never going to face. I'm white, I'm cisgender, I'm heterosexual, I'm just never going to face any of those issues. But I also found the main character like hard to relate to. But I really did appreciate her story and just the general like story that this book is telling. I did think the relationship between her and her husband was very underdeveloped, and he is hardly in the book at all, which I get because she's like traveled away from her, like is staying with her to care for her grandmother. Like I get it. The book also is definitely not one of those books that has a really like complete ending. So if you need your book to have a complete ending, don't pick this one up because you're not going to get that here. But again, it doesn't super bother me because I recognize that this type of novel is supposed to be a slice of life. If this had all been tied up in a neat little bow, that would have super pissed me off, and that's not what this book is about. So overall, I think I'm going to give it a 3.5 stars. Had some really, like I said, it's a really interesting story to read. So I think there's a lot of people out there who would really take a lot away from this book. So yeah, I'm giving it a 3.5 star rating. I'm also still reading Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. So I'm currently on page, it's really hard to even open one-handed to tell you guys what page I'm on. I'm on page 190. So not too bad, considering that I only started this on my lunch break yesterday. So I'm on page 190. My aim still, before going into the weekend, was to go into the weekend being halfway through, so I would still need to read like another, 140 pages, which I think is doable because I'll get at least another chapter or two read tonight, and this book's got quite lengthy chapters, so I'll probably make it to about page like 230 at least tonight, which would leave me with only about another 100 pages or so to get through tomorrow, which I'm confident that I can do even if I go around to my sister's place. So that is kind of where we're at. This is actually the last clip for this vlog. So yeah, that's really it. And I will see you guys in the outro. Bye guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this most recent reading vlog for February. I would love to chat with you guys down below what you guys have been reading lately. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. If you want to find out in my next reading vlog what my thoughts were on Lady Midnight, you'll have to subscribe. That is all I have for this video today. Bye guys.